Okay, Petunia, I'm going to show you how to make a fancier PowerPoint, maybe than the one you have. So I just opened one that I am going to use here. And so maybe I want to add a better picture or something to the first one. So what I'm going to do is go to Insert and then Pictures. And actually the online pictures are pretty good. So let's see what they have. I'm going to do right. So let's see if they can come up with one that says right. Okay, so that's a cute pencil. Now you can scroll down and see a bunch of other ones. So I'm going to do that one, right. And actually, as you go through these, you'll start to see color schemes and themes that you can continue on, right? And that kind of look consistent. So this is not going to be consistent because we're just going to show you. So let's insert that one. And then what happens is it's going to give you some options, design idea options. Now this doesn't always happen because it depends on when you created the PowerPoint. In fact, if you created the PowerPoint in an old version, you could go ahead and save and update it in a new version. I think it's PPTX is the last thing on the new version file. And that helps. If you don't see this here, you can always click on Design, and it's going to, and then that Design Ideas icon comes in right there. So you see how you have some different options here that you can pick from. So I kind of like this one, so let's pick that one. Well, no, I don't really like that one. Look how faded that picture is. In fact, let's do the color picture with the black. That's a little bit better. It just depends on the quality of the graphic that you have. Now then, I'm also going to, let's do another one. Let's do news. Okay, so this is about the difference between news and a feature story. So let's see if something comes up here. No. So these are Creative Commons things as well. And so that you're not going to steal from anybody, right? So let's do this newspaper thing and then click Insert. You can also insert your own picture and it would give you some options too. So here's some design ideas. See how good that looks? And you can see it really depends on how you're going to show this. Like this looks really cool, but if you feel like you might have to sometimes change the font color, I think. Most of the time it's not. Every suggestion, honestly, that they give me, I like, right? So even though this is a foreign language, I'm going to still use it anyway, okay? So let's do alternative lead. So I'm going to pick another one. Now sometimes it'll give you options too, I forgot about this, where you don't insert a picture. You just want to show people some text. So you don't always have to have a picture, but let's go ahead and insert another one just to show you one more time. So let's do fun. Let's do creative. Let's see what happens here. It's thinking, right? So I like this light bulb. Let's do that one. And so sometimes the options aren't that, it depends on, sometimes you don't see the whole picture or something. And I did want to show you this. This just gives you the ADA compliant stuff, which disappears. You can keep you can keep this if you want. I usually don't. If somebody really wants to know what it is, it's probably embedded in the picture anyways, but it just is distracting, I think, too. So anyway, that will show you how to make this look good. You can also animate a picture. So I've tried this a couple of times. And so you can use Ambient Motion and you just click on where you want it to be. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's distracting, but you can try it anyways, right? And so it's going to, when you click on it, when you try, you can go ahead and try to see what it looks like. I've done it a couple times. It really depends on the picture and depends on how important your text is, because if the picture's moving around and nobody's looking at what you're saying, then it's not going to work. So now what I want to do is I'll show you how to do the voiced slideshow. So that's super easy too. So I'm going to hit slideshow and I'm going to hit record slideshow. So when I do that, it's going to start. Now I'm already started. Now maybe I have to cough or something. So I'm going to hit stop and it's going to, I can cough or something can happen. The kids can go crazy or whatever's going on in the background. But you can start it again. The thing I like about this too is you can see what's coming up next. So you can see what you have to say here, and when you're finished with this slide if you forgot. A thing that I realized was that I needed to stop at the end of the slide before I transition to the next slide, because when you show it to people in person, you're not paying attention to timing or anything like that. So this is how it would look. So I'm gonna record this and say, today we're going to talk about alternative leads. And these are times where a traditional lead is not going to work because of the type of story that you're writing. So you see how I stopped, and then I'm going to go to the next slide. And when I do, I'm going to give myself a second or so for that slide to kick in before I start to talk. So here's an example of a traditional news lead that we've been working on in class. You can see that it has just the basic news lead. We delay ID our person. We tell people what happened. In the second paragraph, we let us know who the person is and we give them some more information. Okay, so that's where I am and where I stop now. Oops, it's keeping on going. So what you can do here is it's going to save it as an MP4 file, I'm pretty sure. So if you cough or something weird happens or you realize you forgot something, you can always go and edit that. It's a movie. So I say you are married to the editing guru, so he can do that for you. All right, so I'm going to finish, right? And so you're not going to be able to see this too much because it's in the corner. I'm going to hit end show, and it's going to ask me, do you want to save your new slide, right? And so I'm going to hit yes, and I am going to save it. I'll just save it as some weird name because I'll probably throw it away anyways. So I'm going to hit this, and I'm going to say voice. And I would recommend that you save it under another name so that you can keep your original one that doesn't have the voice and this one. Because once you save it, if you save by the same name, you're going to lose that. You're going to always have the voice stuck with it. Maybe you don't want that, right? So hit save. Everything I'm telling you is based on a mistake that I've already made. Now, another thing too is that these files are pretty big. So if you want to send it to somebody and they need to download it to watch it, you can ask them to download a big file. So what I would do is create a link, create a video, and then you want to import it to YouTube. So let's find the file. Here's our recent one. So I'm going to open that. Now, what I want to do is I can go to Home, I can go to File, and I need to export it, right, into the right kind of file. Because it's going to be all kinds of things right now. I'm not sure, I can't remember exactly, but you want it to be an MP4 is usually what I pick. And so I'm going to hit Export. And because it's a pretty big file, it's going to take a while to download. But you might not see right here in the corner. And the more stuff you have open on your computer, the longer it takes. I've figured that out too. But you see this, you might see this bar, the blue bar at the bottom is going to move as it begins the process. So this is snack time or something like that, where you can go ahead and make sure that you put it in a movie format. And so after you do that, after you have the movie format, I'll show you what the file name would look like. Right now, another mistake. This is the file making itself right here. It's an MP4. So with voice, it's still a PowerPoint. Okay, that's what I forgot. You need to make it a movie so you can put it on YouTube. You can't put a PowerPoint on YouTube. It's not going to work. So put this like this. You want an MP4. If you say, oh, good, my MP4 is there, and you delete that, you are deleting the process. Mistake I made. So I'll show you what the file looks like, right? So here's the online class that I'm doing. And so let's see what's in here. So news values with voice, actually, here we go. I made movies out of some of these. So you're going to see that .mp4 file when you're done. So you don't want to go by the folder to see if you're done. You're going to go down to the bottom. See if you see that little blue line. I'm not sure if it's showing up. That's going to show you that it's almost done. So when that happens, then you can open YouTube and you can create, you should have your own YouTube account anyway if you don't. You can use Vimeo too if you want. YouTube is quicker. The quality's not as good as Vimeo, but it's still doable and I'm used to it, and more people go there in the world actually than any place else. Facebook is the number one and YouTube is the second. So anyway, that is your mom tutorial for the day. Love you.